Hello, what's up guys? This is Ava and welcome back to my channel at Glow with Ava. If you are new, thank you so much for joining. If you're returning, welcome back.
Just like a star across my sky, just like an angel off the page, you have appeared to my life.
So today we are going to be discussing the top beauty gadgets that you can use at home and whether to see which is worth your money. I have tried and tested a ton of beauty gadgets over the last few months to years, and I'm here to tell you guys what I found helpful, what I didn't, and to tell you guys what will be worth your money. So the way I'm going to do this review today is I'm going to review 4 top gadgets that I like using at home, and I'm going to give them a score based on first, convenience, second, price, and third, overall efficacy. So I think that's a good category to go by because things can be very effective, but it can be too pricey for some of you guys. Some things may not be convenient for your current lifestyle. So based on those rankings, I really hope you guys can find this video helpful. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and also follow me at Glow with Ava, where I do kind of daily skincare routines as well. And this has been a very long awaited video for me because I didn't really want to take this as a light hand and just test it out for a few weeks or like even a month and then tell you guys if it worked or not, because I have personally used all of these devices for about 6 months now, and I really wanted to really test it out to see if this would work for you or not, and for myself as well. So you can trust me on all of these opinions. All right, let's actually dive into it now. So the first one is the Guasa. So they come in different forms like this. The most common one is this, but you also have something that is shaped a little bit with a curve like this. So I feel like jade rollers and Guasa has been all the rage on Instagram, everywhere over the last few years. And you can buy them on Amazon for like $5, $10. Typically you can find a Guasa for under $30. And the reason I'm not including jade rollers in this video is because I personally think Guasas are much more effective for their price point compared to jade rollers. It's really great for depuffing, but if you want to depuff, if you had to choose between jade rollers and a Guasa, I really think I would go for a Guasa. Because you can basically do kind of like similar things with a Guasa that you can do with a jade roller as well. The way you do is with this edge right here or the heart-shaped dent, you can really just give an overall massage, and I love doing this after I put an oil on my face, and just get this really just stimulates all of that cell regeneration as well as collagen production. It just is like kind of like massaging your stomach in a way. It's helping the toxic things go out of your system through your lymph nodes. As you age, your skin loses its ability to generate cells on its own. So using a tool like this just gives that little oomph for your cells to kind of react, and you basically tell them, hey, start regenerating more, you know? And by regenerating more skin cells and telling your cells to work harder, it allows your skincare products to kind of seep in better in a way as well. So I just use like this edge for my neck area all over, as well as like my chin area, and it just really helps with the overall depuffiness. This is the best part for kind of a jawline as well. You just kind of sweep it through your jawline back and forth, and it just really helps when you're hungover or you've eaten like really salty food the night before and your face is kind of puffy. This is the way to go. And for this Guasa shape like this here, it's perfect for like your collarbone area. You just kind of like sweep it back and forth. So overall, for convenience, I would give it a 10. For overall price, a 10 because it's so affordable. For efficacy, I would probably give it like a 7, 8, 7.5 because there are other devices that do a better job than this, but this is very affordable. The second device I'm going to talk about is the NuFace. So I was actually gifted this product by Revolve Beauty, and this one alone costs a whopping $325. It's the full size, and you can kind of detach it like that as well, and you just charge it whenever it goes out of battery, but the battery goes on for a very long time. And this has been so hyped over the last year, so I was so excited to test this out. I really didn't understand what it was when I first got it until I had to read the instructions, and kind of like it took me a few months to really get into this. So what is it exactly? So it is basically microcurrents in here, low level electrical currents to basically stimulate facial muscles to encourage cell production, as well as brighter skin tone and uplifted appearance, as well as reducing overall wrinkles. So this is really a great anti-aging tool, as they say, to just overall kind of give like a lifted appearance in terms of contouring your face, as well as reducing the appearance of wrinkles around your eyes or chin or wherever in your face. But there is a little thing where you can't really see results after like one time. Maybe some people do, but the best way to see results is by using this 5 times a week for a minimum 5 minutes. Typically they suggest 10 to 15 minutes for 5 times a week for 6 weeks, guys. That is like a lot. So when I first got this, I was like, okay, like 5 times is a lot, but maybe I'll give it a try. And then things happen. You just never can commit to 5 times a day. So I kind of like did it like once or twice a week to see if I could see any results, but like not kidding you, I didn't see a difference at all, and I kind of just gave up. And then starting in like May, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start this again. Just a new start. I moved into a new apartment. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try all these new things in my life. So I committed to this. So the best way to use this is using a gel primer like this. This is only like $15, but it goes away quick. So if you're gonna get it, I would get backups of this as well. But I've also emptied this, and during the time I had to get a new one, I just started using my own like water-based serums, and that actually works as well. But the important thing to remember is that because this is electrical currents in here, if you don't use a primer, like a thick primer, you'll feel like a little bit of like a buzz. And like the first time I felt that because I didn't use enough primer, and I was like, whoa, it doesn't hurt or sting or in any way, but it kind of is like, you know, like electrical shock. Not a shock, but you know what I mean. So just make sure you apply plenty of primer, and if you don't like the texture of this gel primer, then I would wash my face off after this, which is kind of like really tedious because you have to apply this, then do this for like 10-15 minutes, then wash it off. So I actually just like using like the serums that I really like on top of this, and while you do it, I feel like it just really lets your serum to even sink in better as well. So anyways, results is I started using this in May, and then use this like literally 5 times a day. I was very committed, and the way to commit yourself is that I made it a habit. I made it a routine of my nighttime routine, because typically in the morning I'm like rushing and don't have time. So nighttime, after dinner, after shower and all that stuff, I would put a gel primer on and then sit and watch Netflix. That was like my own time to watch Netflix for like 15 minutes while doing this. It's not like basking where you can put on a sheet mask and do like all this other stuff and eat and all of that. This one, you need to use your hands. That's why you just have to sit down and do nothing. So that's why in terms of convenience level, I would probably give it like a 5, because it's really gonna be hard for some of you to commit to this. Price, $300 or more, including the primer and everything. So I would probably give the price again like a 6. But when it comes to efficacy, all right, I will tell you, starting like 4 weeks in, and then really into the 5th to 6th week was I really started to see results. I've actually been gaining a little bit of weight recently. Typically when I gain weight in my cheeks. It's very apparent, but didn't really see any kind of a difference in my cheeks. But you know what? I started to see more jawbones. Can you tell? Like I have some kind of a jawbone, and I don't really usually have a sharp jawbone. And that's when like people were like, oh my God, are you losing weight? I'm like, no, like you can see it in the overall structure of my face, was when I really started to see a difference by using the NuFace. So in terms of efficacy, I would probably have to give it an 8.5 to a 9. It does work if you're committed to it, guys. So that was a really long talk, but if you can commit to it and afford it, I would suggest this tool to you guys, because actually a lot of facialists and estheticians use this at their spa. So you're just paying like a whopping price for them to apply this on your face during like a 30 to 45 minute facial, while you can kind of just do this every day at home and save money that way. So that's another frugal point for you guys. The third product is the Refa Ray. I had a difficult time choosing which Refa I should get for my first Refa product, and I kind of chose this because I felt like this was the most multi-purpose product for me, and it's also cute heart-shaped. So it actually looks very much like the guasa, and I think this was inspired by the guasa in a way, like literally it looks alike. It can definitely do the same functions in terms of improving circulation, reducing puffiness, and reducing tightness overall. But there's reason why this is at a whopping price of $280, because it is definitely more effective, and it actually, just like the Refa, uses microcurrents, but in a way that you can't feel at all. And it's also coated with platinum to reduce any kind of irritation for those with sensitive skin. So you really can't feel any kind of buzziness or whatever. So the way this is shaped is that it's got this double drainage rollers here, as well as like an angled line, as well as the heart-shaped dip right here. So it basically can do all the kneading actions that estheticians do during their facials. So I think I'm gonna do a separate video on how to use this tool, because there's so many good ways to use it. But basically what you can do is use this dip, similar to a guasa, and use it along your jawline. You can basically use this on any part of your body. You can even use it on your legs, arms when you're sore as well. They do have a bigger tool in terms of body functionalities as well. But some of my favorite exercises with this is to kind of use it on my back soreness and neck soreness using this angled line. And the double drainage ones are actually so helpful, because this is the part where it really helps to reduce kind of the fine lines as well as your puffiness. So I have like kind of like wrinkles around my eyes. That's like my biggest problem. So I love putting an eye cream on and then using the double drainage rollers right here and using it across my eye. So that really just helps reduce the appearance of wrinkles, and that's where I saw the biggest difference after using a Refa. And it does a much better job than a guasa in terms of, you know, just overall giving you a lifted appearance. And another action I love doing is using it on my cheeks, just kind of like reducing the puffiness. It just feels like someone is pinching your cheeks. It also helps with forehead as well by moving it up and down your forehead, as well as zigzagging it across. So overall, I would have to say this is my favorite tool, and I think it is totally worth your money. So if I had to, you know, rank this, I would probably give this convenience a 10, because you can use this whenever, and even after one-time use, you can actually see immediate results from this. In terms of price, I would probably give it a 7, because it's, once again, very expensive. But at the same time, it does mimic a lot of the functionalities that estheticians and facialists do at their salons. So if you had to invest in one facial tool, I would probably have to do this, because for efficacy as well, I would give it a 10, guys. Yeah, I personally just can't live without this, and it's so lightweight. You can travel with it whenever. You can do this on the plane while watching Netflix. You can just, like, you know, do this and do your chores, whatever. So my heart-shaped caxare is my favorite forever. Okay, and the fourth and last product that I'm going to be reviewing today is the Skin Ink Optimizer. So this is the limited edition in pink, and it's retailed for $295. That does not include the serums that you have to purchase with it. But just like the NuFace, you don't really have to buy their serums, because their serums, like, they're coded for like different functionalities for brightness, hydration, all of that. But once again, after using up those serums, I just use a general water-based serum. It's important that you use a water-based serum for this. And just like the NuFace, I forgot to mention, don't use oils, because that can reduce the effectiveness of how it works. You just have to work it on a very clean face to make sure it actually penetrates and works for your skin. So I did a full review of this tool last year, because it was one of the first beauty gadgets that I got, and that got a lot of views. So if you want a full review, please check that video out. But after reviewing that and buying other tools like the NuFace and Refa, I would have to say this ranks lower now. It's still an effective tool, but I have to say, in terms of efficacy, convenience, as well as price, this definitely would have to rank a little lower. But it does have a very specific functionality. So while as the previous 3 tools I introduced were more for, you know, improving your wrinkles, fine lines, and overall lifted appearance and puffiness, this is actually for specific functions. So according to the different lights, You can do it for, you know, helping with your acne or brightening your face. So it has very specific functionalities that you shine on your face for whatever function that you think your skin needs. It's not really for like anti-wrinkle as much, except for like the red light. So technically in one night you can use your NuFace or Refa to kind of give that contoured appearance and helping with your wrinkles. Then you can go with this, for example, to help with brightening your face. So you can just flash it on your cheek area where you want to reduce kind of the redness, for example. So if you have two different kinds of targeted areas, then I would just definitely suggest using both tools. But you know, that's going to be $600, which is a lot of money. So it really depends on what you are looking for in your skin. However, if you wanted to use like a guasa and this, the guasa will be great for skin regeneration and reducing the wrinkles, and you want this for other functionalities, those two can be a good pair and that's probably the most affordable option. So anyways, this is just like the NuFace where you have to kind of put this on for like 10 minutes and you can't really do anything because you just have to keep shining it on and rubbing it over your face. So in terms of convenience, I would have to give it a 5. It's a little heavy as well to you, so maybe you can travel a bit. It's not as light as the Refa. In terms of price, $295 on top of all the serums that you have to get with it. So really not priced well. But it's the same price as the NuFace and the Refa. So these are all, in terms of price, I would give it like a 6 to 7. And then overall efficacy. I don't think this works as well, to be honest with you. It does work, but I think after using other tools, it loses its efficacy over time. So I think if you're a first-time user, this would really help you and you can see results. But if you're someone who's just going to be using this on a daily basis over a year or two, I feel like it does lose a little bit of its efficacy. So in terms of that, I would have to give it a 6.5 to a 7. But if you do want a fuller review, once again, watch the video that I have on this. And I plan to do separate videos on the NuFace and Refa if you want more of an in-depth review of how to use it, what it's for, all of that. Please let me know in the comments below so I can do that. Really hope you guys found this helpful for the top beauty gadgets you can own and save money, even though these are expensive. But anyways, I'm here to share with you the best products that I have tried, so you can trust me on that. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, please subscribe below, hit that like video, and I will see you at my next video. Love you guys.